Hello all and welcome. I'm the mgtowphilosopher, and in this video I'd like to talk some more about the MadFurry MGTOW, some MGTOW creator on YouTube who claimed I used a single picture of his in a video I did on WGTOW, which he then complained about and then had me hit with a copyright strike because he said that I didn't react quickly enough to remove the picture. Now, for those of you who may not know what happened, I didn't even know when this person contacted me, but he said he gave me a day to figure it out. So it only happened like a day or so ago. I thought it was longer, but sometimes I get so busy I lose track of time. So I honestly don't know. But he says he gave me a day to sort it out. Now, I remember getting an email from or a message. I don't know what it was, whether it was on a video or whether it was in my mailbox, whether it was on the WGTOW video itself, from some guy claiming I used his picture in the video, and it's just some guy. I'm like, okay, well, you know, and he was actually very aggressive in his message, very forceful, not what I would call polite, very abrasive, and a little threatening. And I was like, total stranger, okay, I'll investigate it. Yeah, he gave me a whole day. This person doesn't seem to know is not only do I work, but I own my own business as well. And most days I work about 16 hours a day. And when I'm not, I'm working on videos on YouTube. So I'm kind of a busy guy. Yeah. So when I logged on today and saw that I had a copyright strike, I was like, what the heck? I didn't even know who it was. And I saw the name. I was like, wait a second. Wait, isn't that the guy that, like, you know, had some beef about a picture that I posted, and he said it was his picture? And so I figured that out, and I was like, oh, geez, this guy went to this, which is essentially the most extreme option you can take on YouTube, just over picture. So I sent him an email, even though he didn't give me an email. I didn't know what it was about. The copyright thing said nothing about that. And by the way, I'm seriously considering filing a counterclaim of some kind, which would ratchet things up a bit, and maybe that's what he wants. I don't know. Once you see this guy's messages and you get my impression, he sounds like somebody with kind of a victim complex. So that might actually be what he wants. So, but anyway, I just did a simple Google search with his name, and I saw a post. I guess he posted it somewhere else with his email. And I said, hey, what the heck, I'll email the guy. And here's my email. Hey, pal, did you file a copyright suit against a fellow MGTOW producer because of a picture I got off Google? Now, I was surprised by this because, honestly, I would never do that to somebody else, not ever. I mean, no, not at all. I mean, I might consider it if they, like, stole my whole video or something and tried to pass it off as theirs. But, you know, otherwise, I mean, no, not over picture. I continue to say, do you realize that I had no idea it was your picture? Yeah. When I used to get my pictures, I would go on Google and I would just, like, pictures of, you know, crazy feminists and shit like that. And then, you know, crazy pictures of crazy feminists would pop up. And I only had one other problem with this before. And the person sent me a more or less polite email, and I did some research. It took a few days. I found out it was theirs, and I removed it. This guy gave me a whole day. Yeah. And I go on to say I had every intention of changing the picture, but I'm a busy guy. I guess that doesn't fly with him. I guess he doesn't know what busy actually means. I guess he figures, you know, he gave me a whole 24 hours to work a 16-hour day, sleep 8 hours, and then where am I actually supposed to have the opportunity to do some research? Because I'm not just going to trust some dude who sends me a message out of the clear blue that I don't know saying it's his picture. I actually have to do a little research. I guess that didn't occur to him. You should have found a better way to deal with this than attacking my channel. Yeah, why would you attack my channel? Why wouldn't you just send me like another message or something? Have you thought about removing it? You know, whatever. No. I'm going to ask you to withdraw your copyright accusation by retracting it. I'll repost the video and all is fine. And you can do that, folks. There is, you know, do a little research. Once the video is removed by YouTube, yeah, he got the whole video removed because of a single picture. That's unbelievable. And all is fine. That's crazy, by the way, especially for, you know, fellow MGTOW producers. And this guy tries to rationalize it. Wait till you read his response. It's unbelievable. I am not sure why you did what you did. Yet it doesn't make any sense. It seems like an overreaction to something very small. He essentially went to the nuclear option without thinking about all the consequences. He said in his reply, you'll love it, that that's not the nuclear option. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do more. I mean, if somebody pisses you off, instead of telling them off to their face, you could shoot them in the head. I mean, sure, there's more extreme options you could take, I suppose. So he disagreed with my nuclear option comparison. Also, you might have thought about asking me to give you a mention, meaning your channel, in exchange for letting me use the pic. I didn't even know I used it, and I would have gladly given him a shout-out in a video or mentioned his, because the picture was pretty good. I mean, if he did the picture himself, like using graphic art, or he drew it or something, that's pretty impressive, and I would have gladly given the guy a shout-out or something and complimented him on his picture. But he didn't give me a chance. He didn't give me a chance. I would have removed it regardless. Yeah, I would have removed it regardless in a couple more days once I had some free time and actually thought to do so. It totally slipped my mind, but I'm not sure why you attacked me in this. It's an attack. It really is. I mean, that's the most extreme thing you could do on YouTube. You get 3 of those in 3 months, they delete your whole channel. I mean, he might not care because he has like 80 subscribers, but I care. Again, I'll ask you that you retract your copyright accusation using the function available in your YouTube channel. I hope you'll do that, because I would never ever in a million years attack another MGTOW producer channel for something so small. No, I wouldn't, and that's honest. I'm being totally honest. I would never do that. It seems very petty to me. To date, I've been on YouTube, with this channel about 6 months. Haven't done it once, even though I had some points where I could have. But why? Why would you do that? Sorry for using your pic. I apologize, but you went nuclear without even really giving me a chance to remedy the situation. Take care. Now, if anybody thinks that my email is in some way unreasonable or not trying to be conciliatory, let me know. So here we are with his rather abrasive, in-your-face, not very polite at all, bad attitude email. And I think every single one of those adjectives and descriptives fit. But you tell me what you think. How the fuck did you get my email? Well, I did a simple Google search. I tried to email you on YouTube, but for some reason you've got your entire channel clamped down to private. And there's nothing. There's like 2 buttons, and there's not an about function that allows you to email you. So allowed me to email you, I should say. So yeah, I had to get a little creative, which not really. I just used Google. Never mind, here's the facts. Yeah, the facts as you see them, which aren't really facts, except for the parts that are facts, which are the fact that I did use your picture. If it was a picture you actually made, that's the only fact. The rest is just you trying to rationalize what you did, which was essentially the most extreme thing you could do. Number 1, yes, I did. Meaning, yes, he did complain about me using a picture because I didn't change it within 24 hours. I didn't just take his word for it and actually wanted to investigate it. Right away, I knew this was about more. And when we get to the end of this letter, you'll see it was about more. It just didn't seem right. It seemed very out of character to me. I don't know the person, so out of character. It seemed very... much like an overreaction from my point of view. I said to myself, there's got to be more to this. Either this person is functioning on behalf of somebody else, or there's something I don't know. And by the end of this letter from him, his reply, you'll see that that's the case. And the guy is quite paranoid. 2, I gave you a day to fix it. You failed to fix it, let alone a mention. What does that mean, a mention? You gave me... Let me tell you something, first of all, son. I'm like an old guy, okay? I don't... I'm an old guy. I work a lot. I own my own business, and I have a job. I work a lot, okay? I don't have time to... I mean, Jesus Christ. Since you contacted me, you say it was a day. I don't know. The days run together for me sometimes because I'm so busy, work, bed, barely enough time to do much of anything. And sometimes I don't get enough sleep because I'm making a video, which is silly. I'm going to cut back on that some. And I'm going to cut back on my content because of this, people, because, this is ridiculous, this copyright strike. And as far as a mention goes, I didn't have a chance. A day? big overreaction, and you'll see by the end that the guy is really doing this for another reason, a paranoid reason that doesn't apply. 3, don't bother giving me that you're a busy guy shit. Very aggressive, very aggressive. Like right out the gate, he's attacking me verbally. And why? The email I just sent you was pretty conciliatory. Why would you go and attack me like this? What's the provocation? I mean, I can't help but think there's some other provocation here, that he's acting on someone else's behalf or something. Or there's something, I don't know. If you had time to respond to me or anything, for that matter of fact, I know how daily you either upload or respond. You monitoring my channel? Are you a fan? If you're a fan, why would you attack me like this? And number 2, you don't know anything. You don't know anything about me, son. You don't know how much I work. You don't know where I live in the world. You don't know how often I have chances to post or upload. You don't know when I'm working on a video or where I'm uploading it from. So you really don't know anything. 4, I call people on their bullshit, and if you don't got the balls to take it, what does that mean exactly? Does it mean if you kick me in the balls, I don't kick you back or respond in kind? What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It just sounds like you're trying to make a show of strength or something and try to prove to me that you're not a wimp or a pussy or something, and you're trying to imply that I don't have balls. I don't get this sentence at all. Like a man, when it's your turn, when it's my turn for what? What are you talking about? Wait, 4, I call people on their bullshit, so it's my turn to be called on my bullshit. When did I call you on your bullshit? I've never spoken to you before. You see, this is another sentence that leads me to believe that he's acting on behalf of somebody else, because he's saying I called someone else on their bullshit. So essentially, he's acting on someone else's behalf. That doesn't make you much of a man, does it? So now he's insulting me. So not only did he attack me via the copyright infringement system, which is the most extreme action you can take, where lawyers could get involved in shit, but this guy is insulting me now, and he's never even spoken to me. He only knows my content, and he says he follows me daily. I know daily. He follows my uploads anyway, so he must like my content, or either that or he doesn't. Very unusual. If you don't believe me, I got a video where AM, Angry MGTOW, on after Sandman, and I called him out that shit. And that's just YouTube. You should be seeing what shit of his I called out on Twitter. What? You attacked AM? I assume that he means Angry MGTOW. So you've attacked Angry MGTOW and Sandman and now me. Hater complex much? Unbelievable. So now, not only is he admitting that he has a history of attacking other content producers, but he's showing a great deal of animus toward me when I've never spoken to him before. So apparently he's got some kind of a victim complex, or he's acting on behalf of somebody else who he feels I victimized in some way. I call people on their bullshit, and if you don't got the balls to take it like a man when it's your turn, what? Number 5, no, that isn't the nuclear option. The nuclear option would have been to file a DMCA. That's your opinion. You're trying to, at this point, minimalize your actions to make it look like you were perfectly reasonable in what you did when you're actually in no way reasonable in what you did. Especially giving somebody 24 hours. You didn't tell. But by the way, your message to me didn't say if you don't remove it within 24 hours, I'm going to file a this or that. Okay? Wouldn't your little 24-hour expiration only apply if you warned me? I remember enough of your message to know you didn't mention anything about a time frame in which I have to act. I suppose you think I'm a psychic. Oh, okay, I see. Any reasonable person would have acted within 24 hours. I should have known that. I see. Okay. But for one goof, come on. Yeah, see, he's trying to minimalize it and act like he's trying to act like he's some kind of big, tough guy. But nobody acts like this. Only somebody who is overcompensating acts like this. I mean, what I see here is a message from somebody who's very insecure, who's trying to prop themselves up and puff up their, tail feathers and make some kind of demonstration of strength, which really implies to me weakness. I can be a dick, but not like that. No, you're being a dick. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you, but I'm using your own words here. You are being a dick. You just think that filing a copyright strike against someone that can get their whole channel removed from YouTube is no big deal. I tend to kind of disagree. 6, I can't retract it because of this morning. I got an email like this saying it was, no, you can. You can retract it. You are mistaken. You need to do some research. I talked to YouTube. You can absolutely retract it. You just have to go to your channel functions, and under them, you'll look under copyright and all that. You can find the function to retract it. You can absolutely retract it. It's your choice. Don't try to lay it off on YouTube to spread disinformation that you have no option to retract it. You absolutely can, and I'm asking you to do so, by the way, or I did ask you to do so. 7, your story is a bit fishy. What story? The only thing I told this guy is, from what I remember, is I found the picture on Google, which I did because there's so many holes that, well, what are you talking about? What is this guy talking about? For fuck's sake, I know I'm not a big name in MGTOW, nor do I care to be. And yet you're watching every single video of mine. You're watching every single video of Angry MGTOW. You're watching every single video of Sandman, and you're attacking them with the vehemence and vitriol of a hater who resents the fact that they are big channels, which makes it sound like you wish you were, but you're not, as does your hater attitude. But gee, can you think of any other content creator who'd know about MGTOW and use a wolf persona? Now, see, at this point, I didn't know what the heck he was talking about, because the only thing it brought to mind with me is that when he said something like this, he would think what? And then I went and looked on his YouTube channel. I didn't see anything about MGTOW, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And then I clicked on the uploads button, and he has more videos than I actually thought he did, but not many. And it turns out he actually did make a video about MGTOW about 6 months ago. So I'm guessing that's what he's talking about. I have to guess here because he's not giving much information. Pal, if that's what you're talking about, everybody knows about MGTOW, and it's not because of you. They have their own website. They have their own Reddit forum, for God's sake. I found out about them on Reddit, pal. Had nothing to do with you. You need to get out of the bubble that you're in and do a little more exploration of the world. You're not the only person in the world, okay? A lot of people know what MGTOW is, not just you, and I didn't find out about it from you, and I didn't steal your wolf persona. I know you want to believe that to justify your extreme action, no matter how much you try to minimize the fact that it was extreme. Yes, it was extreme, and now you're just trying to rationalize it by trying to blame me and say that I somehow stole your MGTOW video or something. All of my content is 100% original, and I actually go out of my way not to watch other MGTOW content producers' content so that I don't get in any way influenced, okay? I want to know that all my ideas are original. So, no, did not steal your content. I know you want to believe that to justify your very extreme action of hitting someone with a copyright strike over a picture. Talk about overreaction. They're just saying, when in doubt, just ask. Right, so why didn't you ask me? Why didn't you ask me? Oh, then you wouldn't have been able to attack me and file a copyright strike, and we could have settled things amicably. But you decided to impose a time limit of 24 hours, and if I didn't meet it, then I'm somehow unreasonable, and I'm at fault, not you. And then you go ahead and file a copyright claim against me, against another MGTOW producer. You could go on, but I'm sure you could, because you seem to have a victimhood complex, and you seem to blame everybody for the same faults. One of those injustice collectors. Everybody's your enemy. I see. The bottom line is what's done is done. No, you can retract it, trust me. And what's done is not done because you could make good. Now, maybe you don't want to because maybe this action makes you feel powerful. Maybe you did this to get attention because your channel's so small. You've got 81 subscribers. So maybe you did this just to get attention and in the hopes of building your subscriber base up and get your name out there. I don't know. That's sure what it seems like to me. But if that's the case, that's the wrong way to go about it. That's the wrong way to go about it. Bottom line is what's done is done. If you want to work it out amicably, that's a how. How? You refuse to remove it, and you created an excuse that it can't be retracted, which it 100% absolutely can. I mean, don't you know anything about YouTube? You can retract your claim even after they've deleted the video, at least as far as I know. I looked on my YouTube page, and the option was there for you and for me to file a counterclaim if I so choose, which I'm still considering. Oh, by the way, the whole "I would never do that" to another line just made me laugh. Why would that make you laugh? You do understand what MGTOW is. It's really a very serious thing. Have you watched my content? We are at war, a cultural war with the left, with feminists, with cultural Marxists that want to destroy Western society and replace it with their idea of a utopian communist paradise. Does that sound fun to you? Meanwhile, you're getting yourself all riled up and upset about a picture and convincing yourself that people are stealing your content when actually nobody is watching your channel, and I've never heard of you. Sorry to burst your bubble there. I know you and TFM had a thing going on, and as I'm sure we both agree, MGTOW isn't a club. It's not a physical world club like a tree house or a giant building with a bunch of symbols inside and all the ceremony and ideology and a cult-like feel. Not a brotherhood? Well, it should be. At the very least, there should be some underlying consideration for other MGTOW men, and we shouldn't be attacking each other. That's a mistake. It's a convenient way of life for troubled times. What does that mean exactly? It means that you can essentially go after other MGTOW men without any consideration, that there's no rules, no holds barred, do whatever the hell you want, have no consideration or care for others who are essentially trying to accomplish what you claim to be trying to accomplish when you call yourself MGTOW. That's pretty lame, I think. I think you've made a lot of excuses in this message. I think that you might be acting on someone else's behalf. Hint, hint. I think that you are maybe acting on behalf of another because of number 4. And don't say that I'm presuming. I'm making logical conclusions based on his own words. Number 4, number 3. What number? Which one was it? Jeez, he's got the. Have you ever heard of spaces but between paragraphs? 5. I call people on their shit. Number 4. I call people on their bullshit, and if you don't have the balls, got the balls. It should be have. If you don't have the balls to take it like a man, to take it like a man when it's your turn, implying that I kicked somebody else in the balls, which means you're acting on someone else's behalf because it can't be you because I've never spoken to you before. This is all very unusual. Guys, let me know what you think about this guy. Let me know what you think. I'm not going to show his email. I could click this little arrow here like, has been done, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to dox the guy. I'm not going to show his private email. I mean, anyway, I myself just did a Google search to find it, so, not like it's difficult or anything. So him saying, how the fuck did you get my email? I searched Google. But I'm not going to dox the guy. That would be wrong. That would be very wrong. You should never do that to somebody else. And, that's all I have to say. I think this is really makes no sense. I don't know why this guy would do this, either to get attention, because he's a hater, which really seems to be the case. All his prior attacks on other content producers, which he says he does, and he expresses quite a bit of hate. He says that seen what shit it is. He called people out on Twitter, called out Angry MGTOW, Sandman. He really seems to have a problem with other MGTOW producers. So it's very interesting too. He also has you'll need to look at his channel to see, and you can draw your own conclusions. But this is really kind of absurd. This guy, I don't, obviously, guy's a little paranoid, and yeah, I have no more to say. This is really unfortunate, and it's going to affect how I post in the future because I'm just getting a little tired of this. It seems like there's a lot of haters on YouTube. You can't become in any way successful without creating them. Sure, but I didn't expect an attack like this to come from another MGTOW creator. I guess I should have learned my lesson from the past, and that honestly, no solidarity. Let's just pay lip service to the fact that our enemies are feminists and cultural Marxists and leftists, but in practice, well, we won't practice any of what we preach. Very unfortunate. Too bad MadFurry MGTOW is just another in a long line of hypocrites in this world that you run up against all the time. You see hypocrites all the time, but it's really unfortunate to see it among men who are supposed to be red-pilled and a little more aware of how reality works and the consequences of their actions. And yeah, MadFurry MGTOW, you had every right to post that copyright claim against me, and I have every right to respond to it. You know, in life, there's consequences to actions, son. And, you know, this doesn't make any sense, this attack. It's totally out of bounds. It's totally unwarranted. And it's really very, very malicious and malign, I think. I'm the MGTOW philosopher, guys. Let me know what you think about this guy in the comments. And take care.